Hello everyone, my name is Teacher Dan from St. Dominic School. I will be your teacher in Mathematics Grade 9. Today's topic is Linear Inequalities, Chapter 1. But before we move on linear inequalities, we have to know what is inequalities or what is an inequality. Inequality is the relationship between two unequal quantities, or it is a statement that says two quantities doesn't necessarily equal. We use four symbols in inequalities or in inequality. This symbol, an arrow to the right, opens from left, read as greater than. An arrow towards left, open to the right, read as less than. An arrow to the right, open to the left, and a line underneath, read as greater than or equal to. And an arrow to the left, an opening to the right, and a line underneath, read as less than or equal to. Example number 1. Identify the relationship greater than or less than based on the following situations. Letter A. The temperature of the water is below 40 degrees Celsius or 40 degrees centigrade. Answer must be less than. But how or why? Why it's less than? Read again the problem. The temperature of the water is below 40 degrees Celsius. The word below means less than. So, the temperature of the water could be 39 degrees Celsius, 38 degrees Celsius, and so on. Letter B. Suda's sales for today is more than 10,000 baht. If your answer is greater than, then you got the correct answer. But how or why it's greater than? What word we are going to find or what word can we see in the problem that denotes greater than? More than means greater than. So therefore, Suda's sales for today is more than 10,000 baht, or Suda's sale for today could be 11,000, 12,000, 13,000, and so on. Let us see. The speed limit on the highway X is 80 kilometers per hour. The answer, the speed on the highway X can be less than or equal to 80 kilometers per hour. But why it's less than or equal to? What word denotes less than or equal to? It says here that the speed limit on the highway X is 80 kilometers per hour. The word limit means less than or equal to. Meaning limit, meaning you cannot go beyond 80 kilometers per hour. That's why it's less than or equal to. Letter D. The minimum mass of a box of chocolate is 500 grams. If your answer is greater than or equal to, then you're right again. But how or why? The word minimum, meaning greater than or equal to. The minimum mass of a box of chocolate is 500 grams, meaning it could be 600 grams, 700 grams, up to 1 kilogram or more than that. Example number 2. Write the relationship between the two numbers in the following sets of numbers using the symbol greater than or less than. Your answer must be a symbol. Letter A. 3.142 and 22 over 7. Letter B, 1 and 5 over 7 and 1 and 2/3. Let's solve these two problems. Let's have the solution. A, 22 over 7 is equivalent to 3.1428 meaning 22 over 7 is equal to 3.1428 and so on. Infinity. It will not end. Okay, there are lots of numbers after number 8. Therefore, 3.142 is less than 22 over 7, or 22 over 7 is greater than 3.142. So either of the two could be your answer. Letter B, 1 and 5 over 7 is equivalent to 1 and 15 over 21, and 1 and 2/3 is equivalent to 1 and 14 over 21. But how it came like this? We are comparing two mixed numbers. First step is to compare the whole numbers. If they have the same whole numbers, then that's the time you will compare the two fractions. If you're comparing two fractions having different denominators, first convert them into their respective equivalent fraction, meaning the same denominator. Since our denominator is 7 and 3, the common denominator must be 21. That's why we have 15 over 21 and 14 over 21. Now, after converting the fractions into their equivalent fraction, that's the time you will compare your numerator. The greater the numerator, the greater the value of fraction. So therefore, we can say that 1 and 5 over 7 is greater than 1 and 2/3, or 1 and 2/3 is less than 1 and 5 over 7. Test yourself 1.1. Number 1. Identify the relationship greater than or less than based on each of the following situations. Letter A. The body length of that baby is shorter than 30 centimeters. The answer is less than. So therefore, the body length of that baby could be 29 centimeters, 28 centimeters, and so on. Less than 30 centimeter. The word shorter than meaning less than. Letter B. The school netball team scored under 12 goals. What do you think is the answer? If your answer is less than, then you are right. The school netball team scored under 12 goals. The word under denotes less than. So therefore, the school netball team scored 11 goals, or could be 10 goals, could be 9, but less than 12. Let us see. The height cleared by that high jumper is above 2.1. Can you guess the answer? If your answer is greater than, then you are right again. The height cleared by that high jumper is above 2.1, meaning greater than 2.1. It could be 2.2, 2.3, it could be 3 or 4 or 5, and so on. The word above denotes greater than. Example number 2. Write the relationship between each of the following pairs of numbers using the symbol greater than or less than. Letter A, 3.084 and 3.48. Which is greater or which is lesser? Okay. 3.084 is less than 3.48. Letter B, -7 and -13. Imagine the number line. Okay, the number line, a number from 0 to the left has a smaller value. Okay? From 0 to the right has a greater value. So we can know, or we can differentiate -7 and -13, which is greater than or which is less than. -7 is of course greater than -13. -7 is closer to 0 than -13. That's why -7 is greater than -13. Let us see. 0.12 and 1.8. So you're differentiating a decimal number and a fraction. Better if you will convert your fraction into decimal form. By dividing 1 to 8, it will give you 0.125. So therefore, 0.12 is less than 1/8 because 1/8 is equivalent to 0.125. Letter D, 4/7 and 7/13. So you are comparing two fractions having different denominators. As I've said earlier, if you're going to compare two fractions having different denominators, you have to convert them into their respective equivalent fraction, meaning the same denominator. Get the common denominator and then compare the two numerators so you will know which fraction has a greater value. After converting them, we can know that 4/7 is greater than 7/13. The common denominator of the two fractions is 7 times 13 equal to 91. 4/7 is equivalent to 52/91. And 7/13 is equivalent to 49/91. So therefore, 4/7 is greater than 7/13. 3. Identify the relationship greater than or equal to or less than or equal to based on each of the following situations. Letter A. A company made a maximum profit of 3.5 million baht. Can you guess the answer? The answer must be less than or equal to. But why? Why it is less than or equal to? What word can we found in this sentence that can be equal to, could be meaning less than or equal to? Read again the problem. A company made a maximum profit of 3.5 million baht. The word maximum denotes less than or equal to, meaning you cannot go beyond 3.5 million baht. A company made a profit of less than or equal to 3.5 million baht. It could be 3.5 million, It could be 3.4, it could be 3 million, or less than. Okay? Letter B. A senior citizen must be at least 55 years old. What is your answer? If you answer greater than or equal to, then you are right. But how or why? Read again the sentence. A senior citizen must be at least 55 years old. The word at least denotes greater than or equal to. A senior citizen must be 55 years old and up. So, if you are 55 years old, then you are senior citizen. Or more than 55, you are senior citizen. Letter C. The price of each unit of double-story house is 1,800,000 baht and above. Guess. If your answer is greater than or equal to, then you are right again. The price of each unit of double-story house is greater than 1,800,000 baht and above. The word above denotes greater than or equal to, meaning one unit of a double-story house could be 1.8 million baht. It could be 2 million baht. It could be 1.9 million baht. It could be 10 million baht. I hope you learned something new today. Once again, I am your teacher Dan, saying thank you for listening. Have a nice day. Goodbye.